even if you kind of move slow as far as your work goes, there are things that you can do to help you be more productive and more efficient. Okay, so the first thing is be clear on your booking site. I'm always a little anxious about, am I putting too much information? Am I putting too much for clients to read? But I would much rather have everything laid out so there are no surprises when they show up, right? So there have been times where I have booked with someone myself for an appointment, and I still got to ask them, do I need to bring anything? Do you need me to, like, come washed? Or someone and I'm getting my nails done, do I need to take them off? Do I need to soak them off? Do you offer a soak off, et cetera, et cetera? So if you put everything on the website, everything that you feel like your clients need to know, the ones that do read are going to make sure that everything is done to a T. But it just prevents you from having to further explain. So in my case, like, when I get clients that ask me things that are already on the site, it's just easy to screenshot it and shoot it to them. But that cuts out all of this extra talking that you have to do before you even start the appointment, you know? So, I do have my notes here to the left of me. So if I'm looking over here, that's what I'm looking at, is the paper here. So yeah, like I said, be clear on your booking site. If you lay out your policies and procedures beforehand, it ensures that you don't have to do it at the appointment, and it helps your clients also prepare ahead of time. I have a great group of clients that, you know, they be on it. So if you just let them know what they need to do, if there's anything that they need to do, they will have it together for you. I got a lot of my clients will, at the very least, you know, come like detangled. They don't have to wash. I do all of that, but it's a lot easier if I don't have to fight with your hair before we get to the bow. Now, if I have to detangle it, it's fine, but once again, that adds more time to what we're doing, right? Okay, so the second one is provide supplies for clients. And the dope thing with this is not only will it make things faster for you, but you can also, you know, upsell that, right? So for instance, if you could charge a little on the higher end because you're providing certain supplies. Now, some things, in my honest opinion, you should not be having a client bring anyway, like edge control. I've seen people do that. I've seen people have their clients bring like their own thread. The only time to me that it would make sense for a client to bring their own thread is if their hair is like a different color and you just don't have that thread on you. But once that client becomes a regular, then you know to carry that, if that makes sense. So for me, like for instance, all of my services, all of the products are included. If you can, I have the option, like even with installs, I have the option that even with installs, you can book your appointment, like book a bundle install package where you literally, all you have to do is show up. So I have made it where all of my clients, all they have to do is just show up. It makes things so much easier. Yeah, and so that way they're not late because they've had to stop at the beauty supply store. Speaking on that as well, with this providing the supplies for clients, you should not have to run to the beauty supply store before your appointment unless you are taking someone that's last minute. So what I tend to do is, like, today is Monday. Today is my errand day. This is my day where I run errands. I, you know, clean my house, get everything ready for the week, et cetera, right? So I use my Monday to go to the beauty supply store. Every Monday I go to the beauty supply store. That way, if there is, let's say a client books a braid appointment last minute, I usually have like extras. I usually buy more than I need so that if somebody books, I don't have to run back. If I run out of something, I try to, like, so the things that I can get from the beauty supply store that I can't get. Sorry guys, yeah, I'm actually on my iPhone 12 and I can tell the difference in camera quality. But I want to get this video out to you guys because the information is very useful in my opinion, so yeah. So anyway, so like I was saying, so if there's a product that I can get like in Target, then running out is not a big deal because I can do drive up. I have a Target down the street. But the thing is just to make sure that you are buying enough products so that you are not, you know, running late to the client's appointment or into the client's appointment because you didn't prepare. Like I said, now if you have like a last minute appointment, that's a little different. What I usually do is, like, let's say that person books maybe at 9:30 and the beauty supply store opens at 9. I'll just request to push them back a couple of minutes so that it gives me time. But then still, you're still not running late into that person's appointment, right? Let's see, the next one was prep supplies before the appointment. So this is why it's important to provide supplies for your clients, right? So, for instance, since I provide braid hair, I separate, if I have a braid client for the next day, I separate the braid hair the night before. If I have 2 clients in that day, then we're just separating more racks. That's another thing. Get multiples. If you have room to have like 2 to 3 braid racks, and you know that you braid a lot, get 2 to 3 that night before. Take that little 15-20 minutes the night before and separate. It's going to save you so much time at the appointment. And then, you know, sometimes, like, when you have to stop and separate, what does the client do? Turn around and stare and watch you the whole time. And it just makes you feel like rushed. Or it makes you feel like you're kind of low-key inconvenienced to them. And then just for me personally, people just sitting and staring at me just makes me uncomfortable. So having that done ahead of time makes life so much easier. If a client, like for myself as well, if a client is getting hair from me for their appointment, that gives me time to like downy soak their bundles so that they smell good. If I'm doing color, I could do color long before the client even comes. So prepping ahead has saved me like a world of time. Sorry, you guys, I'm really itchy today. I have no idea why. Let's see, the fourth one, add extra time to each appointment. So meaning that even if your appointment, let's say that you can knock a weave out in an hour and a half, still put 2 hours, because one, that allots for you, the client, running late. Sometimes I tell people as fast as I move, as efficient as I am and tend to be, sometimes I still need that extra time. Sometimes I may not be feeling good, or I may be just dragging along that day, and I need that extra time. I need that full hour and a half, 2 hours, right? You never know. You might have a client that constantly has to use the bathroom. Whatever it is, if you add the little extra time, you know, when the client looks at their appointment and goes, okay, I'm going to be done by, let's say I booked at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be done by 2. When they're out at 1:30, that gets them excited, you know? And like I said, it saves you time. And make sure if you add extra time to the appointment, it makes you punctual for the one afterwards because you won't be running behind. Let's see. The other one. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Work to upbeat music. For myself, when I'm singing along and all that good stuff, I move faster. I brave faster when I got like my trap music on, or my City Grows, or whoever. Like, whatever it is that you like to listen to. You know, obviously make sure that it is professional for the appointment. So if I'm going to listen to certain music, I play by certain clients, right? But I'm a music head. I listen to everything. So just enjoying my music makes me move faster. Also, for those, and this is like another like side tip, I have some clients that will come and tell me that they go to stylists and the stylist don't speak to them. And I think that they take it personal, not understanding that some people are like introverted. In real life, I'm an introvert. Outside, I don't like to talk to people. I'm nice, I'm polite, I will. But if you would just let me walk around here and not speak, I swear to God, it'd be heaven for me. Now, that obviously doesn't translate well into like your business, because you want people to feel welcome. So the trick to that is, if you get out the way ahead of the time, and this is why I say also lay everything out on your booking site, right? So if your client comes, I do everything, like everything is laid out to a T. So if my client comes and says, I want a ponytail with a swoop, and I want the bling, and I want the braid in the back, I know that it's all on the booking site. I don't have to ask them anything except for what side do you want the ponytail on, right? Now, you don't want the music so loud that you have to scream over the music to talk to your client. But you want the music to where, if you're singing and stuff, usually people are not going to like talk to you. Like, they're going to either sing along with you, or most clients, if you're not the most talkative, they'll be in their phone. But you do this as a means of like making them comfortable, still letting them know that the door is open for them to talk to you if they need to, but then they don't feel like, oh, she just doesn't want to talk to me. I've had clients tell me that they've gone places and the person just puts a video on, puts a movie on, and puts it so loud that they can't talk to them, and they don't say anything to them the whole entire time. You know, you still want to check in and ask the client, like, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right? Is this too tight? You know, et cetera, et cetera. But music is like, that one helps. That's like one of my favorite hacks. And let's see, and my last tip is be firm. And this goes back to like, you know, the being clear in your booking site. Be firm about your policies, right? Outside distractions can slow you down. So for myself, I do not allow any people to accompany with the appointment unless it's a parent sitting with like a young child. So like, if you have like a 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old that has not come to me before, then yes, you're more than welcome to sit with me. If your baby done been to me, girl, go find you something to do. We finna kick it and watch a movie. She finna tell me all your business, and she finna get her hair done. We'll call you when we're done. But a lot of the time, what happens is you got somebody on the phone, and this used to happen to me in the past. I had one girl. Let me tell you guys who blew it. I had a girl that came and got her hair done, and I guess she had to like make a sale. You guys know what I mean? She had to make a sale. Now, girl, get your money, boo boo. I'm not mad, but you should have like did your transaction and called it a day. Instead, she was outside for like 15 to 20 minutes. But that's 15 to 20 minutes that I'm not working because you have no respect for my time, right? Or you have people where if you work in a salon where people can come in and out freely, you got people who's like family members are walking in and out. It becomes distracting. So I always say limit outside distractions. And now it says set boundaries and rules for yourself and clients to avoid this. So at the same time, just like you would be setting boundaries and rules for your clients, you need to be setting these same boundaries and rules for yourself. So for instance, if I'm working and let's say I order like Uber Eats or something, I make sure that I order that either before the next appointment or I'll order it to grab while the client is under the drive. I guess we'll make this a tip 8 also. Learn how to make use of every extra minute that you have. So if you have a client under the dryer, let's say that you, like we were talking about doing the braid racks, right? Let's say that you have a client and the client after her is braids and you need to refill your braid rack. When you put the foam on your client and your client is sitting under the dryer and you are waiting on that water to boil, that's the time to be like separating the hair for the next person, right? Also, let's see, what else? Like I was saying, make use of your time. So if you have time in between clients, you could be prepping for tomorrow. If you got wigs and closures and stuff like that you need to be bleaching and dyeing, if a client flakes or a client cancels or you just happen to finish a client early and you got an hour, instead of trying to do that at home, do that in that hour that you have. You're already at work, you know. So that is how I do those things. I know a lot of people have a really hard time with time management. I used to in the past, but like it gives me anxiety to not be on time. So, I definitely would suggest, like, you know, learn ways, create a system for yourself. Systems are really important. I think the next video that I am going to do is how I've created a system for my work and my home life to make everything, like flow smoothly. Work has always been pretty easy for me, but trying to balance that with being a mom was a difficult part for me. So, I will come back with that probably, I don't know, sometime this week. And then the next video I'm going to do for you guys is why I refuse to work in like a big salon and the experiences that I had. So if that is something that you want to hear, I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, or if it's something that you want to be a little more discreet about, you're more than welcome to email me. My email is in the description box below. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me on all of my socials at UPI Slang. If you are in the LA area and you are looking for a new hairstylist, I am always in the market for new clients. My booking site is in the link below as well. I pray that you guys all have a beautiful